Hi, welcome back to another Science at Home. Today we're looking at another activity that you can do with some pennies if you have them lying around. And for this you're also going to need some vinegar, you'll need a bit of salt, you'll want some measuring cups, so you'll need a quarter cup and then a teaspoon measure. You'll need a clear container, and then you'll want to grab a few either nuts or bolts or even some screws that you have lying around. And then you're going to need your pennies, of course. Now, you want to find some pennies that are kind of older, kind of gunkier. It'll make a lot better for this activity. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is actually add a quarter cup of vinegar to your empty container. And then you're going to add that teaspoon of salt to it. You're going to want to stir it up really well. So I'm going to kind of stir it up here until most of my salt dissolves. And so right now I'm making this basically salt water. It's got the vinegar in there, so it's very, very acidic. And then once I've got that stirred up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pennies in there. Now, once I put them in there, what's going to happen is they're actually going to start to come pretty clean. And if I wanted to clean my pennies, I could just take them out, wash them off, and dry them out, and I'd have some pretty sparkly new pennies. But we're actually going to do something different with this. So now my salt's more or less mixed in. I'm going to add my pennies in there. You want to make sure they're submerged in your vinegar and salt. So I'm going to have to put mine on the outside. I might stir it up just a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I've got put those into my solution here as well. And I'm going to leave my other two that I have here out, and I'll add the washer in there just for fun as well. And these two out here are going to be our control. So we're going to come back and check this in maybe about an hour or so, and we're going to compare our ones that we left out to our bolts that are inside and see what ends up happening to them and our pennies. So we'll see you in a bit. So just a quick update, you can see we've got a lot of bubbles starting to form around both our pennies and our other metal objects that we put in there. So we've got something going on for sure right now. We'll come back and check on it in a while and see exactly what we get for a finished product. So it's been about 2 hours and I want to check out our results we have here. So I'm going to pull out our little screw that we had and then our nut as well. And I put them on the plate here next to their originals. And you can see the color difference between those two. Same with our nuts here. If I turn them on the side, you can see it a little bit better. And if I left them in there longer, we'd even get more and more color. And it'd even kind of turn a little bit brownish for these as well. And what's going on is the vinegar and salt are reacting with the copper oxide that's on these pennies. So that's that kind of gunky color that's on the pennies, and it's coming off of there, but then it's attaching itself then to my other metal pieces that are in there, and it's going to lead to them being discolored looking like that, and maybe even taking on kind of a brown copper look to them. Now if I were to take my paper towel and I can kind of scrub them a little bit, they'll clean up a little bit better. You can see they're not quite as dark. You can see some of it coming off in our paper towel there, so it's not necessarily permanently stuck on there, but it will coat it on top there, which is kind of a neat little reaction you see going on there. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that and you got pretty fun results with it as well, and we'll see you for the next video.